Are we up? Greetings to one and all, it's your old buddy Jay here, coming back at you with another episode of Countermeasures. We're playing Colonial Marine still. We're at like mission 8 or something. I think there's only 11 missions, so we may finish this today. Please God, let me finish it. Actually, that said, it's a common thing to bag on this game, but actually I've been having some quite good fun. I mean, it's got loads of problems, of course.
Sulaco Actual, this is Winter en route to the hostage extraction. What the hell are we looking for,
quite
sir?
Good.
Roger that. The manifest describes a security module where he's being held by Wayu on the other side of the structure. Go get him back.
Weapons hot, start moving!
I mean, the AI is a mess.
Moving up, cover me!
How are we doing weapon-wise?
What the hell happened in here?
Yeah. This is the problem room. For sure. Right. What the hell happened in here?
Oh. I guess that happened in here.
Well, it's not the first dead body we've seen. Let's face it. No surprises. Okay. This is meant to have been nuked. All of this.
Preliminary attempts to develop a living xenomorph queen have been surprisingly successful. Her presence has not clued us into any sort of pheromonal control of her children like we initially hoped. She's producing eggs at a regular rate. The tranquilizers we've introduced into her food supply seem to be keeping her docile. Relatively.
That's the funniest audio log so far. They're all terrible, as I've said before. The writing's not. It's not up to snuff.
Concentrated in this module. The Xenos all knew to come here.
Neon. I suppose we are at a different facility. We're not at Wayland. Sorry, we're not at the Hadley's Hope or whatever.
Oh my god. Actual, you seeing this?
Affirmative, Winter. The image is shaky. What the hell is that?
It's the queen.
Say again, O'Neill. Did you just say a queen?
What the hell else would you call it?
You don't even know what those things mean. We only discovered them a few months ago. Uh-oh. What timing? There.
O'Neill? Let's move, man.
That safety glass! What happened? You're all gonna die. Oh! O'Neill, you're down here as well. I don't think she would kill them though. So you can throw someone through the glass, but you can't break it yourself. Yeah, alright, whatever. Alright, there you go. Run, you idiot. A few minutes later. But do they kill the Queen in Aliens? They don't. She just gets blasted into space, right? In the first one, they... Oh my gosh. Let's what weapons have we got? There's my shotgun. Where's the auto one? Secondary tactical. Yeah. Why, when I turn my light on, does everything get darker? Come on, then. Who's shooting me? Ah, someone's a absolute crack shot there. What's over here? Nothing. Shooting the guns is meant to be fun, and it's not fun. You being an asshole. Okay. I dropped some stuff. Where am I going? Where are we going, O'Neill? Are we going up there? All of this is meant to be familiar, I guess. I don't recognise any of it. What's up here? Oh, there's two ways you can get there, of course. Let's stick together, Neely. Where are you? Oh. Not.
I need an update on the Marine. Have you located it yet?
Negative actual! Looks like the perimeter of the compound went down completely! It's all gone to shit here!
It's the same as it was before. Have a little look here. What have we got? Whatever that is. Let's get tooled up. Okay, I guess we can go through the module and around it. What do you think? Over there, might be legging it. What? Thanks for calling it out, O'Neill. It blew my arm off. Worst partner ever. Where are we going to restart now? Please not back at the beginning. Alright. Alright. I think I'll wait to go through before we trigger that. Oh no, you've just done it anyway. It's no fun shooting these guns. So, like, having to fight the aiming is like one of the worst things in this game. Like some of the other weapons, they're just like dead on. But with the pulse rifle, I know it's meant to be quite sort of powerful machine gun or whatever, but I really hope. Well, it's a deliberate choice to do that, and it just makes the game less fun. So weird, he's behind cover and yet you can still hit him. Really weird. Oh, you called that out that time, did you, Anil? Rather than, I'm going to stand out the way of this one. I think Anil should die at the end of this. I can't remember if he makes it or not. Actually, I don't wish you to die, Neil. That sounds unfair, doesn't it? What's in here? Weird. Okay. Crow. Okay, still got my auto. Oh, and we've got some grenade rounds as well. Of course, we're going in the ship! Got that bit. But we hadn't done that yet. What a shot! Dude, we're not your biggest problem. Over here.
Into the structure!
Yeah. Okay. They tried with some of the variants, you know. That's what's good about the Fireteam Elite is that, you know, they've added a few different beasties, you know. Where are we going? We're going in there. What about over here? You know, variations. I think that's quite good. But they still need to kind of keep it within the lore, though, because like ultimately they're still birthing these things from humans on this planet. So really, it should just be like one sort, I think, from this environment, and then a different environment. Like if it was a hot environment, they might come out differently. Well, I don't know. I'm not writing this. Remember the ship? You're not holding anything. Okay. I can't shoot through the tape, O'Neill. A bit higher. Okay. this guy. Doesn't matter how close you are or far away, it kind of does the same damage. Again, I quite like this, like human beings interfering with the...
Actual! Weyland-Yutani is harvesting the eggs for extraction.
I really feel like they could have done more with this franchise after the second one.
Get that marine out. We'll deal with Wayu after.
Yeah, you carry on shooting. I'm just going to listen to this audio log.
Ship codenamed Origin. Interior is stable. Cross-referencing the ship's current state with reports supplied by y'all, it looks like the Origin has been relatively untouched since the, what is it? USCSS Nostromo encountered it 50-odd years ago. Hell, even most of the eggs are still intact. If I cared, I'd tell you suits that you're a bunch of exploitive dumbasses who are gonna get yourselves and a lot of innocent people killed. But since my shuttle leaves tomorrow, and this little project has got me enough money to buy a small country, I'll just say, good luck with all that.
Come on. AI. Keep forgetting I've got secondary fire. There's no shortage of ammo, that's for sure. You know what I need? Where's that one I need? The battle rifle. There we go. Ah. T-pose. Where's old Trusty? There he is. Different place every time. That's it. Not a problem. Yeah. Alright, we're good. Haven't really used Gorman's sidearm, have we? I think because it's rubbish. So we're inside the alien ship where all the eggs were. Again, nice idea. I like to do all this. It looks cool. I don't know how they managed to settle this up in such a short space of time, because we're only meant to have been gone for 4 months or something. Which is just a little bit weird. I think the timelines are a bit messed up. Even though this is meant to be canon, that's what they said. Canon. No, we're not getting on the lift, are we? Let's at least have a look round. See, this is what a little bit more of this would make this game a bit more fun, a bit more exploration. I'm going to have to turn that on the sec because I bet the lift doesn't work. What have we got over here? Cut the door. No, it's locked. It's quite good, you know, like the superstructures and everything they've built look pretty cool. Even for a game that's over a decade old, you know, probably a bit longer. Yeah, okay. Oh, it did work. I wonder why that switch was there then. Spooky. Spooky. give you a few moments where you can have a look at stuff, you know, which again adds a bit to the atmosphere of it all.
All clear, guys.
There's only two of us. They've also got the kind of slow melodic music happening when there's actual like military action going on, and then earlier on you're just wandering around and they've got like dun 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 dun, you know. So like some of that's a little bit crazy. I mean, the music is brilliant. Remember him?
That isn't your god.
Remember this guy? Remember when we didn't know where he was from and it was really spooky and scary and interesting? Well, now we know. Thanks, Ridley. Go up and have a look at him, look. Again, one of the first games to do this. He's running away!
Cleared the room!
Yeah, you did great, O'Neill. You're the only guy I know that fires at everything and hits nothing. Come on, Neely. I want to like you. That's the problem here. You're making it too hard to like you. Right. The radio on. I would have to say those crates are amazing. What they're made of. Come on. He fell through the door. What are the chances?
We know they're moving a prisoner to an APC. Can you two intercept?
Bishop, how?
I'd start with bullets.
Alright, let's change the secondary to my old trusty kill everything gun. I'm going to make you invisible! That's better. Any more? Also, you don't want to have too many collectibles on the battlefield either, I don't think. Can I get him? Ah, he moved. Yeah! Probably. Look out, I'm getting handy. Come on then, you idiot. See, I'm not sure if it is by design, but when they run into the areas where you can't really see them, I think that's quite good. Where you sort of see a bit of them, and then they go into the dark area, and then you're like, ah, are they there? Are they not there? Yeah, I like that. That's cool. It looks surprisingly good.
Enemy down!
I'm gonna regret wasting all this ammo. Get into these things. Oh yeah, right. A bit of pop in. Again, like a little bit more exploration stuff would be cool. Like, I mean, you don't want to find too many collectibles, like I said, because it can like distract from the pace of the games. But just maybe just some different ammo types for different weapons. Obviously, I guess I just started with everything, so... Where's the fun in that, eh? In fact, have I even got all the other weapons unlocked? What's that? Yeah. I thought O'Neill was there. O'Neill, where are you? You ran straight past this, guys! You ran straight past this, guys! Look! Where were you? Oh, the popping's getting a bit ropey on those things now. I wonder if we're getting to the end of the game, starting to do some funny things. Here's the APC. I think we're meant to be stopping it to get this.
There he is!
Son of a bitch better be worth it.
He's captured! Let's have a look. Yeah, I think we're okay for a minute. Any baddies? No, just rooms with nothing in. Yeah, it's definitely one of my biggest gripes. See, if you'd have been able to fail this mission, if you had like that bit there, you've got to save him. Maybe if you'd
Actual,
had
you
to
seeing this?
do some sort of stealth.
Come in, Actual. There's an FTL on the ground. That's our way off planet. Hello? Actual! Where the hell did he go?
He already knew.
What? O'Neill, man, we gotta go now!
Cruz, he knew about this traitor-ass piece of shit before he authorized the mission. It was never about Bella.
O'Neill, get in the goddamn APC!
Actual, this is 2-1 en route with prisoner. You have a lot of explaining to do, sir.
Do we get to drive it? Haven't we just taken the bag off his head yet?
Something's wrong.
They look pissed as shit at you. Do they have a reason to be?
I think it's because you're animated badly.
Who is he?
Son, be careful about what you do next.
Did you know about the manifest?
You were gonna go either way.
Did you know that Bella was gonna die, no matter what?
Crew
Yes.
expendable.
And you knew it too.
Yeah, we
Son,
all
there
knew
wasn't
it.
a force in hell that was gonna stop you guys from going in and trying anyway.
That's right.
Put it down.
Yeah.
Lower it.
We just risked our lives to get this guy out of the Wayview facility. Let's ignore the lion for a second. Why the hell was this Marine so important to you? What happened on the Sulaco?
Why am I over animated? I'm
Don't
moving
you
too
dare
much.
lie to me.
Get that bag off that soldier now.
Should just have like Waitrose written on it. What, he can't talk this whole time? I'm Corporal Hicks. Take the bag off my head.
What the fuck is that?
Oh, great. Back here. I'm Corporal Hicks from the USS Sulaco. I've been held under duress for months by Weyland Yutani. They wanted information. Bishop? Are you alive?
Different, Bishop. How the hell are you alive, Hicks? Your file was
Bishop,
closed
what have you been
KIA.
doing, dude? Look at your face.
We're here because we responded to your distress call.
I love yogurt.
Wish I had.
The other bishop didn't like
What
yogurt.
information did you give
I
them?
love yogurt.
Stuff
Nom,
they're
nom,
gonna
nom,
figure
nom,
out
nom.
anyway. Enough to keep me alive without saying much.
Michael Bean phoning it in, literally.
We found out
Yeah,
about this
I'm on
when it was
another
already
planet.
too goddamn late.
We're
I
back
didn't think
again.
there was a snowball's chance
Yeah.
in fuck any of you were
Are
coming
you
back
Bishop?
alive.
No, because everyone knows
Sorry
millions
about
of you.
that.
How could you
You
be the
have
same?
no
Got
idea.
cut in half.
They had a prisoner in that facility for weeks. Wayview has an FTL ship on the planet. Now I got a duty to the other 100 Marines to get them off this rock.
You got a duty?
Then you better hurry, sir. Last FTL leaves soon and it ain't coming back.
You know the
How
FTL
do you know
schedule.
I know a lot more than that.
Sir, we have 2 squads of Marines inbound.
I know how to act,
What?
voice act
There's more than
badly.
100 Xenos heading right for Hadley's Hope.
No one cares that we nuked that. Oh god. It's getting convoluted. Let's skip all this.
In about 30 seconds, that horizon is gonna turn black as the most dangerous killing machines in the universe rise up over it. I can tell you ain't the type of lad that fancies being important or valuable, but you don't get to decide that. You and my pilot are the most important Marines we have, and right now,
Those
get
running
your
animations
ass
are
outta here.
amazing!
Go!
Are we going to get to drive this thing? Oh, that's so exciting. It was all building up. Get ready to drive. No. Also, by the way, they look, whatever. It's over here. This is where we came in before. They're reusing the map. Okay. Where are we going? Hadley's Hope. Okay, I'm taking no prisoners now. Come on, let's do it. Bring it on! Okay, let's see. Let's change the secondary from the pulse rifle to I need the tactical. And then primary we're going to change back to the pulse rifle has virtually nothing in it. Okay, what's that? Sharp's rifle, Ridley's pulse rifle. Guess.
Move! Move! Everyone get into operations!
Marines, get moving! I want
Every inch of these streets covered for an attack from any direction! Winter, grab the sentries and drop them in the streets!
Where am I going?
Nothing gets through! Need about 20 more seconds on this door. Keep up the fire!
Come on, machine gun. It's handy that that was there. Are we going in? What happened, guys? What happened?
If you're holding a motion tracker, keep your face glued to it! Call out all positions!
Head into ops and find anyone still alive inside.
Okay. Oh dear, he didn't die well. Okay, well at least they give you plenty of ammo in this game. Look, guys, why don't you just tell us what happened? Really? We've got to just repeat this bit? Okay.
I didn't just see that.
So where are we going? That way? What's this way? There's that microwave again. Oh dear, I'm coughing. You know why? Get out of it. There's like no repercussions for that. Dude, we're on a ship, on a thing full of aliens. What do you think it was? How's this guy doing? Let's rescue this Marine!
Don't quit!
Hoorah, Mel!
I got you. Thanks for the help.
What do you see? It's alright, Mayo. Mayo!
Getting up!
For some reason it auto reloads. Good.
Let's rock this!
Should I cut him out? Yes.
Let's kill them all!
It's just shooting at a vent. So yeah, I guess.
Kill them all!
Dude, I just covered you in acid. You'd have been completely killed.
Let's do this!
Let's save some others then. Come on, let's hop to it. What's around here? Doing? Thank you kindly, dude. I just killed you. What does this chest say? Elevator hell, going down. Cruise is back there. I guess that's quite good that the facilities like it, they have acknowledged that it's been blown up, but... This way? Where are you at, Cruisy?
They look pissed!
Oh yeah? To be honest with you, that was probably the best bit, trying to save the Marines. So far. Where's Ted? So he's down below? Okay. So I guess... Oh, I don't know. Hello, Neil. Thanks for your help, by the way. Cheers. So I guess we didn't really need to do any of that bit. Could have just gone down here. But that was the most fun bit so far, saving the... What happened? Okay. Who are all these people?
Alright guys, head to the vehicle bay.
There's
That's
Mario.
our new op center. And watch the
Mario.
damn roofs.
Okay. Get to the vehicle bay to make a stand. Okay, okay. We're gonna help this guy? Nah, we're good. Hang on a minute. So... I'm confused. What just happened? So save the Marines. I don't know. I don't know what happened there. That was weird. It's almost like... I don't know. It's almost like we're being watched. I guess. Where are we going to stick this?
My tracker is getting lit up here. You better get ready for this shit.
Doesn't make any
The
sense.
windows. They're coming in through the windows.
Alright. He can't attack me while I'm doing that.
Check the catwalk. The weld isn't holding.
They're breaking through the doors!
Are they?
Eyes to the sky, people! They are coming in through the ceiling then! Above you! Rushing my position! Up high! They're breaking through the vents! Xenos on the catwalks!
That sounds like a country band. There'll be Xenos on the catwalks. I'm in my truck. I got a red shirt. Xenos on the catwalk. Call it out, cruiser.
Turret's down! We've got a breach through the tunnel!
Yeah. How are we doing? What's even mean?
Eyes on the catwalk! They're rushing my position!
Dude. How do I get up there? Oh yeah.
Xenos on the catwalks!
There'll be Xenos on the catwalks. Where is it? Really gonna get that desk? Come on! See, this is right. They've got the music right on this one. Whereas before it was like.
Another one!
Yeah, you call out anyone I kill.
Get reading the dropship. Is she still at ops?
She's not here.
Sorry, sir.
I sent Reed with Hicks in an APC
Out of the colony. You did what?
Why is everything still burning? I guess because we've only been gone an hour. That didn't sound good. Something's happening, but I don't know what it is. Look at this guy. Drop pad.
What the hell is that?
Run. Run away. What am I doing? am I meant to be doing here? Secondary grenade thing. Oh, that's not good. Oh, I nearly killed myself. Are we killing this thing now? No. Oof. Come on, guys. Where is he? Boss fight! Yay! 50 grenades will do that. Who's laughing now, Mr. Disappeary? Well, considering throughout the whole game you're just getting ammo and you're getting armor left, right and centre, this bit they didn't give you anything. Come on then. Anyone else want to talk about it? Anyone want to say right, back to the old tactical. Yeah. No one? Alright. No one want to say, look what we just did, isn't that awesome? Armor? Checkpoint. Worrying. Here's the dropship.
Get that bird in the air!
Sulaco Actual need just a minute to prep for flight here. I need someone to disconnect the fuel line.
Winner, you heard the lady!
I got you, Raider!
Disconnect the drop fuel lines. Let's just pick up some ammo first. What else have we got? I can't jump through that. Here they come. Still no armor. Okay. Weird. Where's the fuel line? Okay. That black is not really black, is it? It's okay, because when I'm in my animation, I don't think you can hurt me. Run down here, run, I'm gonna go under the ship. Hicks! Ah! Those two are looking at each other like, ha ha! Gotta be a bit quicker.
Sulaco Actual need just a minute to prep for flight here. I need someone to disconnect the fuel line.
Okay.
I got you, Raider!
Let's do it! Take your time, Winter. It's fine.
A few more seconds, gentlemen.
Okay. Is he behind me?
All right, this is Raider 6-5. All systems checked. Cover your ears.
Can't see me over here. Ah! That was a lie. Just keep strafing. He got stuck on the steps. Don't worry, Hicks.
Permission to come in for landing and showcase a plethora of sick dance moves, over.
Leader 6-5, you got to go ahead and landing. Drop pad west. Weapons on.
Come on, dudes. Okay, that was tense because it's a bit round. Oh!
Looks like you'll fit right in, you insubordinate son of a bitch.
You didn't specify which direction to drive the APC, sir.
So, how are you alive if you don't mind too much my asking? What happened on Fury 161?
Guess we're skipping the softball questions. We left LV 426 and sent out a distress call. A call you all responded to.
First take.
Near Fury, the ship went into alert, and I was pulled out of cryo as the ranking and only Marine.
Yeah.
The ship was on alert because Michael Whalen's PMCs illegally boarded the ship. The 4 cryopods ejected safely, but I obviously wasn't in mine.
So, whose body was in your cryo tube?
That's a longer story. I care about one thing, taking these guys down. That's all I got left, guys.
Whose body was in my cryotube?
Floor is yours, sir.
Oh, they hand-waved that.
Here. I wake up in the morning thanking baby Jesus for every day I'm in the Corps. So I'm gonna be good goddamned if I let Weyland-Yutani take that away from me. Now, we don't have an FTL ship to get all of us back off planet.
It was obviously him in the third film. Make a big deal of making sure you know that.
Comes in tonight. They're packing up for good. We take this ship or we don't leave. It's the only chance we're gonna get.
I have 63 active United States Colonial Marines, and we're gonna take that facility. And then we're gonna take that ship. And we're gonna get everything we can to take this company and Michael Weyland down for all the shit they've put us through and taken from us.
Seems unlikely.
Hoorah to ashes, O'Neill.
Hoorah, Captain.
We've got 63 Marines, but we can only animate 5 on screen. Maybe 4. Hoorah! Cutscene! It's cutscene-tastic now. It's like a movie.
This is Raider 6-5. Once in the facility, I will supply geographical intel to all ground forces.
Ooh,
Eyes
that's
up
choppy.
and identify all ground or air targets.
Roger that, Raider. We move in quick and put down targets as fast as you can pull.
Understood, Winter. Good hunting and save some for me. 6-5 out.
This is Sulaco Actual. All ground units prepare for deployment. Here we go.
What I want to know is, all these Marines and everything, obviously, where else are they deployed when they're not killing aliens? What are they meant to be doing? And aren't these guys essentially killing their bosses, right? All these guys work together. It's weird. Are we reusing a map again? Yeah, looks like it. Okay.
Raider 6-5, there's another boat in the air. Looks like it's carrying the Queen, over.
Understood, Winter. Moving to intercept. They have anti-air cannons all over.
Be advised, Marines. That bitch is the only thing keeping them on the planet right now. Put her down if you can. We need that ship on the ground.
Alright, let's, secondary. I think so. Anything else to pick up? What are you doing over there? 63. Let's have a look how many of us there are. 63 Marines. 1, 2, 3, and me. That's 4.
Has anyone seen where they took the Queen?
Sir, we have entered the structure and are proceeding through to the drop zone.
Good luck.
Do we need the incinerator?
Do anything you can to keep that ship on the ground. Find the Queen.
Okay. Whoops, a bit more pop in. Oh, still can't get through those.
I can't breathe.
How did they cocoon this structure so quickly?
They're already dead.
It's everywhere. We need to get them out.
No, he's right. They're already dead.
It's weird.
O'Neill. We did this. This was us.
Well,
was it?
If you find that guilt keeps you up at night, just remember when we watched the Sephora explode.
These were scientists. What did we do with that?
You too, fella.
How did we do this? I'm confused. Why did we do this? Scene coming up.
My tracker is getting lit up here! Gotta get ready for this shit!
It's weird that the big finale's kind of leading up to this kind of quiet walkthrough. We're going to have a big battle. I think the tone of voice on all of this stuff is a bit rando.
We got contact! On the walls!
What's happened? Okay. Okay. It's such a great idea. I love the kind of, impregnating males as well. Yeah, I don't know, there's just something really quite horrific about the whole idea of it, which I just think, even the amount of times they've butchered the franchise, it still survives because that premise is so strong. Can I go up here? Are you meant to be going up here? So we blew all this earlier, did we? Did we? I mean, we came up here earlier, but I don't remember us blowing anything up. What did we do? I think continuity issues going on in the writing. No one else see that?
Ah, shit!
Thanks, guys. Cheers, Hicks. Big help. Alright, whatever. Where to? Back at the start? probably. Oh, you're kidding me. Alright. I guess. Let's go back to the tactical. Come on then. Just ignore all this stuff.
I can't breathe.
Should we at least cut him out? How did they cocoon this structure so quickly?
They're already dead.
It's everywhere. We need to get them out.
No, he's right. They're already dead.
O'Neill. We did this. This was us.
Well, if you find that guilt keeps you up at night, just remember when
We watched the Sephora explode.
These were scientists. They didn't have anything to do with that.
my tractor's getting lit up here. You better get ready for this shit.
I'm ready, dude. I'm more than ready.
We got contacts on the walls.
Well done, team. Good work. He was tough. Come on then. Didn't get me that time. How did they terraform all this so quickly? It's crazy. We literally walked through here like 2 minutes ago. And I knew we'd be back here activating the lift. That was definitely going to happen, right?
It's out. There's no power. Winner, find the breaker.
On it.
Yeah. Okay. Where does all this stuff come from? Never see them terraforming anything. It's weird to come through this twice. Okay, whatever. I got this.
The hell is this place?
Are you never in here?
I heard about it. Do they come from here?
Shit. Your guess is as good as mine, man.
Let's move.
See, that's good because, like, I mean, you know, dialogue was terrible, but the idea that they don't really know much, I think, is far more interesting than when they just know everything all the time.
This is Raider 6-5 with visual on the Queen. We are moving to engage. Mayday, mayday, we are taking a shitload of fire from those AA guns. We cannot move on the Queen. Repeat, we cannot move on the Queen.
Somebody take out those guns! We need ground support now!
Experiencing heavy Xeno activity in the facility. En route as fast as we can. Winter out.
stalking us. Oh, that's this guy. Guess not. Pushed him through a wall. Also, I suspect that I am infected because I've been coughing a bit. They wouldn't be attacking me, right? Alien law and all that.
There's one on the gun!
That's a gun?
I don't know!
Get off!
Damn it! Did not enjoy that.
You just don't need to have dialogue like that in a game like this. They should make some of them a little bit harder. I can see you! He's not a very good alien.
Watch my six, reloading!
Now get up, O'Neill. You two. What are you like? Oh, there's a little hugger. Big weapons cache? No. Ammo! They give you all these guns and stuff, but really, you could just go through the whole thing with the pulse rifle and you'd be fine. Huh. They do that mapping thing. That's interesting. Is that new? I wonder if they added that in after the Prometheus came out. I don't think that was in the originals. Locked until we all catch up. Okay, there we go. Alright. I think we better switch out.
This is Raider 6-8. Aft engine is janked, but I think I'm okay to stay in the air.
Ruiz, break off!
Understood, 6-5. I think we're good to stay in the fight a little longer. We need those AA guns down now or we're all dead!
Actual, we got visual on the Queen.
Captain, we'll take care of the guns!
Where is the Queen?
Let's move!
We're gonna need something major to take
Winner! We need to take them! Somebody, find an RPG!
What am I doing?
Oh shit, I'm empty, cover me!
Nah. RPG up here. Really? What am I doing? Oh, okay. I'm guessing. Ah, I fired it into the alien's face. Oh.
This is Raider 6-8. Aft engine is janked, but I think I'm okay to stay in the air.
Ruiz, break off with your hit! No heroics!
Understood, 6-5. I think we're good to stay in the fight a little longer. We need those AA guns down now or we're all dead!
Actual, we got visual on the Queen.
Captain, we'll take care of the guns! Let's move!
Somebody, find an RPG! RPG!
Yeah, well done, Shorty.
Winter, we need to take down that AA gun now!
Two of those bad boys.
6-5. We have cleared the sky over our location. Guns down!
Roger that, Winter. Nice work. We are moving on the Queen. There are 2 more guns that are giving us trouble. Stay frosty.
Affirmative, 6-5. We are moving on the second gun.
What are you up to, cheeky? Did we do it? I like the sound of that. What's up here? That's full. Dog tags. Anything? Ammo, armor. Okay, yeah, that's good, that's good. And then he was stuck inside that room for the rest of the level. Actually, I'll go and pick some of this stuff up, I guess. Never know. Okay. There's 60 of those. I'll save that for the old Queenie, I think. Very good, guys. Don't worry, I got the lift again. Lazy, lazy, lazy. He's tough. Multiple ways to get up here. Why have they only just started really doing that now? Very strange.
Spread out! Spread out!
We'll converge on the second gun! Take that gun down!
What'll an armory do? Look over there!
Where's the armory? Oh, okay. Let's have a look. See what we can do over here. Yeah, so I'm starting to catch things dropping into the areas, which usually means that the old engine's getting pushed a bit with all this stuff going on. Oh, have we killed everyone then? Alright. I don't know why I keep looking. I keep looking because I think there's going to be more to it, and I think that's part of the problem, isn't it? Is that it is what it is. Okay, there's the RPG.
Let her do it! Good news, Raider! The second AA gun is out! Did you find the Queen?
We got eyes on it, but there's still a gun operational giving us hell up here. Get it down now!
You heard the lady! Raider, we are en route! Stay alive up there!
So did we get all three? No. That just said that we destroyed 3 of 3. Or is it go and destroy 3 of 3?
Raider, we are not in range of the last gun yet! We're moving in closer! How you doing up there?
Just revisiting places we've already been. Behind you? Ah. See, I called them out. No point in. The sound of my armor disappearing is very similar to the sound of when you give them a direct headshot. Yeah, that's what I want. Thanks, dude. He giveth, and he taketh away. Oh yeah, we like this. I don't know how many people I've murdered. A lot.
If you're going to blow up that gun, now would be a good time. There's not an alarm that isn't going off in this cockpit.
I think shooting the guards is annoying. Also, they're kind of fighting the aliens as well. So that is another little dynamic that they've got going on, which I quite like, is that like you are all fighting these things together. Am I turning this off? I should probably turn it off really. Where are we going? I got turned around a minute there. Let's have a look. They love a bit of heavy breathing.
This is Raider 6-8, moving to engage.
I can see more ordnance by the burning container! Winter, we'll cover you! Go get that gun down!
Where are we gonna go? Oh, okay, yeah. Ammo, whatever that is. 1, 2, 3.
6-5, the final
Hoorah!
gun down! Skies are yours again!
That's my boy!
Great job, kid. We have a clear line.
That was
on
one
the
in a
Queen
million.
module. Keep moving to the FTL and we'll see you there.
This is not Star Wars.
This is 6-5. Missiles armed. Throw away. Impact confirmed.
Why? Just let them escape. It doesn't matter.
We've got eyes on our other bird down there. Looks like there could be survivors. No Marines left behind. Go check it out.
Frost's flamethrower. Okay. Have I got them all now? Guess. Oh, hang on a minute. I just realised I've got different hand grenades. Tactical. Claymores. Ball breakers. Frag grenade. Tactical fireball. Ball breakers? Those. That looks awesome! Let's get some of those in the go. Right, come on then. Come on, Hicks, you pleb. Up on the left. I think, you know, like, again, Fireteam Elite, when you're playing, you have different roles. So one of you's more of a heavy gunner, one of you's a sort of general soldier, one's a medic. You know, you can choose your role. I think that makes it more exciting when a specialism is. Oh, who's not happy? See, with the highest settings on, this looks quite good. I mean, the cutscenes are awful, but they're all like in-game engine recorded at the time, and, you know, give it a pass. But actually, you know, if I could just get past the redraw, which is not great, and it's only 30 frames a second as well, I'm guessing. The lighting's probably one of the best things in this game. Oh, he's just just having a little lie down. Do you need any help, or you good? Oh, mate, you've got a flying reload thing going on there. Look, look. Yes, that's amazing. Just gonna watch him for a minute. Yeah, awesome.
You have a visual on the Queen. Yeah? I'd say we have a visual.
There she is.
Queen is alive. Repeat, Raider, Queen is still alive. We need air support now.
Stay alive, damn it!
Boss fight!
This is 6-5. We are coming around now. IMI to you in less than a month.
Can I just hide in here? Never seen a crate before. Boss fight! I don't really feel that threatened. Let's give her one of these. What does that do? There she is.
Visual on the target. Missiles armed. Get clear, Marines. To the right.
Negative impact, Raider. That was a negative impact.
What happened?
Actual, the Queen is running away. Should we pursue? Please advise.
Negative. Do not re-engage. Get to the FTL ship now. This
well,
is Actual. All remaining Colonial Marines
they call that a fail.
FTL. We're getting off this rock. She's headed for the ship. And we follow the quarterback through. Double time.
I need ammo now. Ammo for everything! Yeah, that's it. Let's see. This is exciting! Who are you? Oh! Oh, you got up, you got up, did you? No, you can deal with those guys. Yeah. Where have my 63 Marines gone?
Made it through. Keep moving.
Come on, Hicks. Still here, one. Get out of it.
Getting up!
Ammo! Armor! That's all we need. It's getting exciting. What's that? Hells yeah! Where was this for the whole game? I think I had it like one level.
We're almost there. Eyes up until
I don't think you're going to make it, Riaz. Why don't we all just have smart guns? Not a problem. Okay. Any more? Go! No one comes in between me and my AK. Uh-oh. This is cool. It makes you feel like a total badass with one of these things on.
The FTL is pulling up!
Alright, what's it doing? Let's just change my... Let's change it to... Firebomb? Okay. Doesn't really work very well, that. Come on. Did that reset? See, things are happening while I'm doing other stuff.
This is winter. The ship... We're too damn late. The FTL is in the air. Repeat, the FTL is in the air. Advise, over.
Everyone on the dropship, now!
Yeah, we're coming. Are we refueling it again?
How the hell do you plan on getting into that ship?
I haven't figured that out yet!
Right now would probably be a pretty fucking good time!
I know!
We're swearing!
Close the doors!
Likely it will close up inside to prevent a hull breach.
What? That's the plan? We got no other options. We need to be inside before we breach Atmo. Reed, do it!
Weapons hot! 2 away! Brace for impact!
Right, so I think the next mission is the final mission. Killed 88 whatevers, creatures and people. I'm a murderer! Uh-oh.
Get out of here, kid. Once we breach Atmo, everyone in the hold is dead.
Still alive.
That's an order. Get out of here.
Winter! Wait, where's Cruz?
How do we get out of here, Bishop?
Winter!
He's pinned, Reed! Find a way out of here with Bishop! Leave no man behind, right? I'll try to get him out while you guys find a way to open the airlock door.
I'll take O'Neill, Reed, and Hicks through the maintenance hatch. That will get us inside. I say we have roughly 8 minutes until Atmo breach.
Wait!
Don't argue! Go!
Understood. Keep moving!
How you doing in there, Captain?
Could use a magazine.
We got 8 minutes, sir. I'm gonna find a way to get you out of there.
I've got a GQ if it helps.
Winter, get out of here!
Bishop, the Queen is in the hangar with us.
Almost there. Stay out of sight, Winter.
Good plan.
Well,
need a sit rep.
I can't risk opening the door with her still inside, Winter. Do you know how to use the cargo launcher? It's the air supply drops.
I'm all ears, Bishop.
You have to reset the cargo launcher before you use it. The automation system is offline from the crash. Winter, you have to do it manually.
Solid copy, Bishop.
Make sure she's in front of the cargo launcher before you pull the release.
what am I doing? Well, I don't think I can just shoot her. I thought I was just going to tank my way through. But that's obviously not going to happen. So, now I guess.
How you doing in there, Captain?
Could use a magazine.
We got 8 minutes, sir. I'm gonna find a way to get you out of there.
Are you out of your mind?
Oh, here's the Queenie.
Winter, get out of here!
Bishop, the Queen is in the hangar with us.
Almost there. Stay out of sight, Winter.
Good plan. Need a sit rep.
I can't risk opening a door with her still inside, Winter. Do you know how to use the cargo launcher? It's for mid-air supply drops.
I'm all ears, Bishop.
You have to reset the cargo launcher before you use it. The automation system is offline from the crash. Winter, you have to do it manually.
Solid copy, Bishop.
Make sure she's in front of the cargo launcher before you pull the release.
Is she in front of it? Let's just do it anyway. Okay, she knocked me over. Come on then. I think you've got to be over here. Come on, Susan. There you go. Let's see if I can do this. Come on. Just wondering, can I use my taser on you? No. There you go. Is that it? She just knocked me over. I'll get like 3 hits probably. How do I get her here? Come on, stupid! Ah. She's doing a lot of dribbling. You got to something on your. It doesn't matter.
How you doing in there, Captain?
Could use a magazine.
We got 8 minutes, sir. I'm gonna find a way to get you out of there.
Are you out of your mind?
Can I just do it now?
Get out of here!
Bishop, the Queen isn't hanging with us.
Almost there. Stay out of sight, Winter.
Good plan.
She's literally right on it now.
Need a sit rep.
I can't risk opening a door with her still inside, Winter. Do you know how to use the cargo launcher? It's for mid-air supply drops.
I'm all ears, Bishop.
You have to
let's run around here
before you use it. The automation system is offline from the crash. Winter, you have to do it manually.
Solid copy, Bishop.
Make sure she's in front of the cargo launcher before you pull the release.
Manual reset 2. Okay, so there's 2 resets. How many hits did I say she gets? 3. Oh, I see. You have to set it all the way back. It's getting too frisky. Oops. Go on, you idiot. Handy. Where's the next one? Didn't I just do that one? She must have whacked me before I had a chance to do it. Now where? Oh, I can't vault. Oh, that's come back. That's interesting. Okay, thanks for that. Okay, let's just run and do it. Luckily, she can't hit me when that thing is... Right, so I've done 3 resets. Now what? 4? Right, so that's fully reset now, right? Oh, here you go. Have it in the face. Oh, that's so bad!
Cruz, now!
Yeah, go on, Cruz. That was so bad.
Take this corporation down for good. For all the souls we lost. Then turn the ship around and get our Marines off the surface of that godforsaken rock.
Whatever.
Roger that, sir.
They were just standing there like, yeah, alright. We could help, but let's see what he does.
Godspeed, Captain.
This bitch can fly.
No, I didn't get any of that. Wow! Oh my gosh.
Did any of that really just happen?
Show off.
On the other side of this door is Michael Whalen. The reason we're all here. We lost the Sulaco flight recorder. Wayu destroyed everything at the facility. We need him alive, and we need everything he knows.
How do we
Agreed?
know he's behind that door?
O'Neill, I need you on this one, man. We can get these guys.
I love how he's got Big Bad sprayed on his chest, and then it kind of half sprayed on this bit.
Before you shoot me, wait! Just wait! Do you even know?
How do we know he was there?
Take away!
Please, please, please don't do this. I'm just the face.
This is a massive plot hole.
Neil, think about what you're doing.
I'm done thinking.
We got him, man. Just put the gun down.
I can't do that. Someone has to pay for this. For Cruz. For Keys. For all the ones we lost.
But it's really his bad haircut.
For her.
Don't make me say her name.
If anyone says her name, I swear to God I will blow his head the fuck off!
Please don't shoot.
Do not speak to me, you sack of shit!
Can I speak with you then?
Bishop, get the hell out of the way, man!
Are they all called Bishop?
I'm not playing around, Bishop.
Gosh.
If you don't move, I will shoot right through you.
No, you won't, because Bella wouldn't want you to.
I said don't say her name!
Bella.
Bella, 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 Bella.
O'Neill, shoot him.
Hicks, what the hell, man?
O'Neill, you're supposed to shoot him. This is how it's supposed to happen.
Stand down, Corporal!
Don't do it, O'Neill.
Oh, thank you for not killing me. Oh my God.
I just shot your guy.
We needed him!
Look again.
Oh!
Negative, Corporal.
But how did you know that wasn't the real Wayland?
I
You
did.
said we need to find out what he knows. 13 weeks and 4 days they had me. Spent hours a day in a room. Torture after torture. Some days I could barely take it. But when there's only 2 of you in the room, you notice when the other guy ain't breathing.
Why not keep him alive?
Because he would kill every one of you the first chance he got.
Yeah.
That's its function.
Undercover assassin.
I can download any data he has. This is a special model. We might get lucky.
Why would you?
What do you need, Bishop?
It goes against your programming,
Clear a space
right?
and find a scalpel.
Oh no, they were trying to set up a second one.
Dangerous?
There are tubes in my brain.
Dumb question, incredibly sorry. You ready, Bishop?
It's already downloading. Please give me a moment, Winter.
Yeah, so shut up, Winter.
Is this gonna work?
It'll work.
How do you know?
You lost a girl too, right?
Yeah.
Me too. It has to work.
You were never with
Bishop, are
Ripley.
you okay?
Please tell me we got something. Anything. We really need a win here, man.
Oof. That doesn't look good, does it? Literally could have got any stock shot
We got everything.
of stars. And they did that? Oh god. Oh my lord. So that's the big finale, okay. So, I don't even know where to start. Oh god. Okay, so, firstly, just going back to the start of, when this game came out in 2012, 2013, I think it came out and people were expecting it to be as good as some of the kind of videos that they'd seen of the kind of development of this game, because it was in development for a long time, and the game didn't look as good or play as good as they'd promised. So it was one of the first games that really came out, and can I say it's one of the first games that really let people down in terms of what they wanted. I mean, the Aliens franchise is like up there. It's a beloved franchise that people love. They've been desperate for a game like this for so long. And when it eventually came out and it didn't meet expectations, the industry just went absolutely ballistic against this particular game. The reviews were terrible. Anyone who was playing at the time you know, who bought this at the time, you know, any kind of reviews or kind of thoughts that people had, they were really pulling it to bits. So that's the first thing. Secondly, I think playing it, you know, a decade or so later, I actually think it has a lot of really good things going for it. In that, you know, it has, you know, they've stayed true to a lot of the franchise lore. There's a few things in it, but that's just poor writing, or, you know, maybe a couple of the writers in the writers' room hadn't ever seen Aliens, so they just didn't, you know, steer the lore quite right. So like things like when they've got like NPCs being killed off by like the Queen and stuff like that, they wouldn't do that in the films because they'd want to keep them, to turn them back into you know, to use them for eggs and all that kind of stuff. So it's all about their survival. That's the primary core of this franchise, is the aliens want to survive. So when they do things like that, it goes against the core of the franchise. So that's the first thing. Second thing is, like, they return to LV-426 after it's been completely nuked, and it's all still kind of intact. There's a few things blown up, but like you get to go around, and I know where they did it. It's total fan service that you could go around and looking all the places where the Marines were in Aliens and things like that. I didn't necessarily think they needed to do that. They could have just had a level where that was decimated and you were walking through it in like a radiation-proof suit or something. They could have had a nod to it. So in terms of writing, you know, all of that stuff precedes the kind of thinking that leads up to the writing. The story isn't that great, but it does have a few missions in it that lean towards something that could have been better. So like I said, that revisiting Hadley's Hope could have been a different experience. It didn't have to be, you know, shooting aliens in a corridor. It could have been something different, but again, they had to keep fans happy, so they wanted to give them a bit of that. I think the general writing overall, I thought, was pretty weak. I didn't really like any of the characters. I don't think they needed to bring back Hicks. I think O'Neill was just awful. Your main character Winter was okay, but he doesn't really progress in the story. There were a few moments where you were coughing on one of the levels, and I think it was because there were fires going on, but no bigger fires than what you'd seen before. When you were coughing, I thought, oh, maybe when you got kidnapped by that alien earlier on, you got impregnated somewhere along the line, and they could have ended it with your death or something like that. So I don't know, there are so many different avenues they could have gone down that would have potentially added a little bit more kind of emotional resonance, and it didn't have any of that. And when it ends, that last mission, that last bit where you're killing the Queen, so it's just, there's just no point in having it. I mean, I think the Fireteam Elite did it much better in that, like, the Queen was there, but you don't actually kill her in the end. Spoilers, you're just running away from her, and I think that's fine. You don't always have to shoot her out of an airlock. But again, they're trying to pander to fan service. So I think in terms of the writing, it's probably about a 3 out of 10 if I was going to give that, the writing section, a grade. So I'm going to move on to graphics. I mean, when I first played this over 10 years ago, the graphics were really bad even then. I remember playing it on the 360 and it really wasn't good. The only thing that's gave me a good memory about that time is that it was one of the first games that I ever played co-op online. And I played, it was one of the, it allowed me to kind of experience a game start to finish with another player, and that was quite good. And it was this kind of crazy Mexican guy from Mexico. We were hooked up on the same server doing co-op together, and he couldn't hear me, but I could hear him, and he was chatting, and basically his dialogue throughout the whole game was so funny that I just, it made that whole experience a lot of fun for me. So I have fond memories of that, but the game itself wasn't very good, and they have gone back and tweaked a lot of things in it. I don't remember the quality of the visuals being so good, and that's because, as soon as I bought it on the PC, I cranked all of the settings right up to the top, as high as they would go, and I actually think that it did really, it did a really good job of it, because like suddenly you had like particle effects in the air, and you had like lighting and all this kind of stuff. So you start to see a little bit, better lighting. You start to see a little bit more of a vision of what they saw it being. They didn't really fix the AI. You know, you've never really got more than 5 aliens on the screen, which I think in some of those moments where they're all kind of swarming at you, if you'd have had like 20 of them coming at you, then it would have changed the experience and you know, would have been able to change the pace a little bit. So, you know, again, comparing this to Aliens Fireteam Elite, they do that very well. They have like a 20 or 30, 40 aliens running at you at once, and then sometimes there's just like 2 or 3. And I think being able to hit you with waves of those are quite good, and it changes the tension, you know, drastically. And you really feel like at moments in that game that you're fighting a real war, whereas in this one you're just like going through the motions. And even if you do get hit, it doesn't really have much of a big issue or impact on you dying. Most of the times when I died in this game, it was from my own fault, like shooting one of the hand grenade, the rocket weapons too close to me, or an alien stepping in front of me when I was using the bazooka, and just, you know, so daft things like that. And there were a couple of times when aliens would sneak up on me, but that's because I wasn't aware they were behind me until they'd hit me 2 or 3 times. And again, that kind of spatial awareness isn't something that's very prevalent in this game. So, you know, I feel like those were definite contributors to me not being very good at those moments. And also, you know, you get to a certain point with games like this when there are easy sections where you just kind of like feel that you're just going to breeze through it. Now, this was on the hardest difficulty because I wanted to see what it was like, and there was an abundance of weapons, an abundance of armor every 10 feet, you know. I feel like with games like Resident Evil and things like that, I mean, obviously not to that extent, but what they're very good at doing is pacing how much ammunition you have for that section, so you just feel like you're getting through it. And I feel with this one, they're just the guys that you're fighting constantly dropping ammo, constantly dropping armor, and so I never really felt like I was going to run out at any moment. Again, another level of tension they could have added, but they just sort of like washed over it and made it far more arcadey. Fine, but again, takes away the tension and could have added something that this franchise you know, really sort of plays with in terms of you know, just getting through sections of just passing through various levels by the skin of your teeth. So in terms of the AI, obviously AI wasn't particularly that great. In terms of the you know, in terms of the who you're fighting, I felt like, you know, they could have just had waves and waves of aliens. They tried to change it up a little bit by having these kind of Weyland-Yutani soldiers around. That's fine. I think that's fine for like 1 level or 2 levels or something. And when you're fighting like scientists and stuff, but that's far less interesting. And also, the mechanic of the gunplay wasn't very good, so when you were fighting in those moments, it wasn't really a very interesting battles, you know. And sometimes they were ducking behind cover and you could shoot them while they were behind cover. Sometimes they're ducking and their heads are up like this much above the sort of parapet, the edges and stuff, and you couldn't hit them, and you know, so there's a real mess of things going on there. The gunplay, yeah, was probably the worst thing in this game, because when you're shooting down the pulse rifle, it's moving all over the place. And I understand that you're meant to be controlling this powerful weapon, but it just felt like I was constantly having to sort of checking my sight, and it wasn't going where I was wanting to. And then, you know, you flip back and play Call of Duty or, you know, or any other modern sort of warfare shooters, and it's so precise that you know, I don't think you can give this a pass. And even back then, when this came out, I probably had played Modern Warfare 2 by then. The gunplay in that is particularly outstanding. So, you know, there is no reason why this couldn't have been at least a step closer towards that. So yeah, I feel like you know, the art direction I thought was quite good. I feel like the environments, you know, I always say that like a lot of these games, you know, the main characters are often the environments themselves, and you're just passing through them. And I did feel, you know, like with The Division, the environment is such a huge part of the storytelling. You can run through sections of The Division, or you can slow down and read stuff on the walls and see that there's like posters for missing people or something, an event happened here, and you can learn about people, like, you know, what they did at that time, and, you know, or there's like a Christmas play that got destroyed or whatever, and, you know, so there's like all this visual storytelling going on. There was a little bit of that in this. Obviously, the general general environment that surrounds and the look and feel that surrounds this franchise was pretty much spot on, I would say. But they didn't have enough other stuff going on. You know, they could have had like pictures of that the kids had drawn when they lived there, and they could have played, you know, and had them on the walls. They could have played a little bit more with the idea that there were real people living in Hadley's Hope, and we could have seen a little bit more of that. And I think that's why, you know, the film was so successful, in as much as it did remind you, you know, and the director's cut of Aliens especially, that there were real people living there, and that this is just a horrible tragedy that's trying to be sort of put right and solved, if you like. So they could have played a little bit of that, but, you know, rewinding even more, they shouldn't really have ever gone back to Hadley's Hope. They shouldn't have gone on the ship. I thought that was a little bit whatever. It's like 20 movies bundled into one here and sort of whizzed together and splurged out, and I feel that a little bit tighter writing could have, you know, could have done this justice. I would also say, you know, you could have cut this down to like 8 levels, a super tight 6 hours, and it would have been, you know, much better. So I feel that, like, it did get a bad rap in 2013. It's not a good game, but I don't think it deserves the horrendous recalls that people have for it now. And also, the other thing about this game was that I believe that it's meant to be canon as well, even though things have changed over time. I'm sure no one cares anymore, but at the time of launch, the big deal was like this was an extension of it was like Alien 4 before that came out, or around the time it was coming out anyway. And I spotted a couple of other things in there. There was a bit where there was like a little, like in Prometheus, they send out these little red kind of trackers that map the interior of everything, and that's when you first see the alien ship, you know, being mapped out by these little kind of laser trackers. And I think the guy who sends them out calls them his pups or something. But I saw a couple of those in this, and I wondered if they actually went back and added a couple of those in, because I don't remember them being in the original franchises. Or maybe they were and they got cut or whatever, but I don't remember them being in the original franchise. And I saw a few of them zoom by just incidentally, and I felt like maybe they'd gone back and tweaked that, but who knows. This does feel like it's had some tweaks to it. They've certainly gone back and done the best they can with it, and this is the final package and as good as it's ever going to get. Which, you know, I think it hits the mark in some ways, and you know, the ambition of it is they could have gone all out, and actually they just really played it safe with the member berries. You know, do you remember the yellow loader? You fight an alien in that. Do you remember the Marines vehicle that drives on the ground, the APC or whatever? Here it is. And you know, and so they do all that stuff where they could have just done a whole load of new things, which, you know, not to bang on about Fireteam Elite, that does have a couple of member berries in it as well, but they quickly get past that and say, look, you're a new squad member, a new team member or whatever, and you're in this new environment, and here's some new aliens and some new things going on. And however repetitive you find that game, they are trying to push the boundaries a little bit further than this did. And I think that pretty much sums up what I want to say about this, is that this didn't push the boundaries far enough, and it could have been amazing, and it ended up being beige, you know, and I feel like that is the biggest downfall of this particular game. But I can't grumble, because I actually had a really good time with it, and I love nothing more than some terrible writing and dialogue to ramble on about while I'm playing these games, and then record them and then play them back to myself in my own leisure and laugh at how hilarious I am. Or not. Anyway, that is about all I have to say about this. So if you've reached this point of the rambling, if you've reached this point of the J-play and you've come through the end, we've been through a journey together, and I appreciate you watching. And you know, you can obviously not quite sure what I'm going to play next, but I'm sure it will be equally as quality led as this was. So if I had to give this a grade today out of 10, what would I mark it up? I mean, you can't compare it to everything today, obviously, because first-person shooters and everything have developed so much further. But I think it's 4 out of 10, even today, even with all the tweaks and whatever else they've done to it to try and bolster some kind of support. I feel that that it's not it's still not the best, and I wouldn't recommend playing it. There's 10 million other games out there that are much better and much more worth your time. But I had some fun playing it, and it was quite fun to revisit it. And I like the franchise, so you know, anything along these lines I'm always into. So yeah, that's about all I've got to say. So yeah, 4 out of 10. So until next time, be good, stay safe, and be kind to one another. We gone. Peace.